Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and in this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit controversial, and that is talking about alpha males. So in this video specifically, I'm going to be going over 5 signs of a true alpha male. And to be completely transparent, I don't love the terms alpha, beta, all the other ones that are out there as well, because I think there are a lot of negative connotations that come along with all of them. So I think when most people, especially women, hear the term alpha male, they kind of think of a bodybuilder or a guy with a fat bank account or a guy with Instagram models hanging all over him or someone with a lot of arrogance. And to be honest, in reality, I don't think that is what an alpha male is at all. So today I'm going to be going over some signs that I think make up a true alpha male and things that women typically look for in a man that make him appear as alpha. Number 1, we have ambitious, motivated, passionate, and the reason I'm combining all of these together is because I think they all kind of go hand in hand. And before you guys comment, an alpha just makes a ton of money, I don't think that's necessarily true, because I think everyone on this planet kind of has a different idea of what success is. What success is to me might be very different than what success is to my best friend. So I think it really just depends on the person and what your goals are in life, what you want to accomplish, and what kind of lifestyle you want to live. Some people want to be rich and famous, and other people are totally happy and fine just living in their hometown in a small house, and there's nothing wrong with either of them. I think it really is more about what you prefer and what you want to get out of life. So no, I don't think just because a guy has money that he's an alpha male. I think it's more of what he put into getting that money, how hard he worked, and how much he tried. And I think that is kind of what I wanted to touch on here, just the fact that just because you have money does not mean you're an alpha male, because I can think of a ton of people on this planet that got money in really horrible ways, and they are in no way, shape, or form an alpha male. I think it really is just about working towards a goal that you have. I think alpha males get things done, they know what they need to do to get something done, and they're willing to put in the work and know that you have to put in the work to get the results you want. So the biggest takeaway from this one is that guys that are passionate about their work, guys who put in the work, guys who provide for their families, and guys who are just overall happy with their life and the way that they're working towards getting what they want out of it are alpha. Number 2, we have authenticity. So I cannot tell you how many times I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see one guy doing one thing and then every other guy copies him and does the same thing. I think being authentic is a mindset and something about a guy that can really make him stand out. You aren't afraid to do your own thing, even if it's not what the majority of people are doing. I think just because you're a guy that's copying someone successful doesn't make you an alpha male either. I think it really is about just being authentically you and being really honest with yourself about what you like, what you enjoy, what you want out of life, and not just doing what everyone expects you to do or what you think everyone else wants you to do. A guy who knows who he is and knows exactly what he wants is one of the most attractive qualities, and that's also kind of where confidence comes in. I think guys who are incredibly self-actualized and authentic often have the confidence that go along with it because they don't care what anybody thinks about them, because they know who they are and they know the type of guy that they are, and that is so incredibly attractive and alpha in my opinion. These guys don't have to justify themselves to others or compete with other guys because they feel threatened, because they don't feel threatened, because they don't care what anyone else is doing, because they're so focused on what they are doing. I think a lot of people in general are driven by their ego, and I think this holds a lot of people back more than you would realize and doesn't make an alpha. I think an alpha is always willing to expand, learn, and grow, and if your ego is constantly running your life, you're not doing those things. I think also included in this one are your hobbies, your passions, your interests, because an alpha is constantly trying to learn and grow and just get the most out of his life. So a guy that knows what he likes and finds things to love about life is an alpha. Number 3, we have emotional intelligence. And I would argue that this is probably one of the most important things to have in life in general, but especially if you want to be an alpha male. Life is not always sunshine and rainbows, and there's going to be things that happen to you that you didn't really expect or you didn't really want them to go that way. So even when things don't necessarily go the way that you planned, you're in charge of the way that you react to those things. And an alpha male seeks to get the best result and the most positive result from every situation, no matter what it was. This is not the guy that thinks he knows everything and has a really short temper and a really short fuse and gets mad and offended by legitimately everything. This is a guy that is cool as a cucumber and really just takes control of a situation and makes you feel at ease about it. So So the 5 characteristics of emotional intelligence are self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, motivation, and social skills. So it makes complete sense why guys that have these are and should be considered an alpha male. So keep in mind, it's all in the way that you react and knowing that you can't control things that happen to you, but you can control the way you react to them, which is something I feel like a lot of people struggle with. Number 4, we have integrity. And I think guys with integrity are just very admirable because doing the right thing is attractive. Having morals and values and things that are important to you is attractive. And one of the most important things that falls under integrity is honesty. And just being totally honest, I think lying is one of the most beta, ugly, disgusting things that you can do. So if you're a guy with integrity and you're a guy that's honest, you aren't afraid to face the consequences and maybe the negative things that come along with being honest sometimes. So even if you mess up, if you own up to that, it makes you alpha because you're admitting you did something wrong and you're not afraid to be honest about it. Now, this doesn't mean you keep cheating on your girlfriend, but you admit it to her every time and she stays with you anyways. That is not being an alpha male, and cheating on your girlfriend is not an alpha male quality. But if it's something like you messed up at work and instead of blaming it on someone else or pretending you didn't do it, you owned up to it and took responsibility and learned from it and said, you will make sure it doesn't happen again. That is being an alpha. Owning up to things, being honest, and being responsible for your actions is incredibly alpha and incredibly attractive. At the end of the day, people lie to avoid negative consequences and confrontation. And being an alpha means you know that being honest is always the best approach and you have integrity in your word and you stick to it. So keep this in mind. I think this is one of the most attractive alpha male qualities that women definitely notice. The last quality I think really defines an alpha male is respect. And this is not only for people around you, but also for yourself. So an alpha is a guy that respects women, but also isn't going to let them walk all over him. So if you know someone's using you, you respect yourself enough to walk away. And I think that's a huge difference between a nice guy and say a simp. So self-respect also includes taking care of yourself. It includes taking care of your body, eating good food, going to the gym, going for a run, doing things that increase your mental health, your physical well-being, and just you as a person in general. I think an alpha male genuinely cares about himself and making a good first impression. This obviously doesn't define you, and I think someone with confidence knows this, but it can definitely make you feel a lot better and elevate your life in general. And it's not necessarily about dressing a certain way or trying to fit a certain profile. I reacted to How to Beast video on how to look more alpha, and I don't really think alpha necessarily has a specific style or wears specific clothes. I think it really is just showing up for yourself and making a good first impression, not only for other people, but for yourself. I think that is the most important thing out of all of this, is just being the best version of you. So like I said, I don't think alpha male has a specific look or style or wears his hat backwards or has huge muscles, okay? It's about doing what makes you happy and being unapologetically authentic about that. So guys, that is all I have for 5 signs of a true alpha male. I hope you all found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for when I release new content. At the end of the day, the biggest takeaway I want you guys to get from this video is people have this idea of what an alpha male and a beta male looks like, and to be honest, it doesn't look like anything besides being confident in yourself, being happy with your life, and doing the work that it takes to make all of those things happen. So it really is just about being the best version of yourself, and if you're doing that, at the end of the day, you are an alpha and you're working towards being the best you that you can possibly be, and that's all you can do. I would also love to hear from you guys down below on what you think makes an alpha male. I always like to hear from you guys on controversial situations like this. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys on there as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.